Hello and welcome to Connect. I'm your host, Randy Shabilo. On today's program, we'll have Giles Saulnier from the Urban Camp Program and Detective Sergeant Grant Little from the Historical Case Unit of the Saskatoon Police Service. As always, we'd like to connect with you.
Tweet us at Shaw TV Saskatoon. Find us on Facebook or email shawtvconnect@shaw.ca. You can also watch previous interviews on Shaw TV's YouTube channel at youtube.com/Shaw TV Saskatoon.
Giles Saulnier is with the Provincial Corrections and the Director of the Urban Camp Program. It's a wildly successful program that's been around for a little while. I've invited Giles to come today and give us a bit of background about the program and the success of it. So Giles, thank you for making time for us.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it.
Maybe start with the program itself, the Urban Camp Program, and how it started, and we'll go from there.
Well, the Urban Camp Program has been operating now for 34 years. We're just adjacent to the main correctional center, the Saskatoon Correctional Centre here in Saskatoon. And we house 50 reduced custody inmates that have to meet criteria in order to be in the program. We're self-sufficient. On a daily basis, we have inmates, offenders stay back at the correctional center at the camp to do the cooking, laundering, yard maintenance, etc. And typically we send up to 35 inmates on work crews every day to work for non-profitable groups and all level of governments. Right now we have about 140 community sponsors that we work for. We're very busy throughout the year. The men that are in the program go out 5 days a week. They typically leave at about 8:20 in the morning and come back around 3:30 in the afternoon. And we travel around Saskatoon and their business area approximately an hour to an hour and 15 minutes outside the Saskatoon area, working for the City of Saskatoon, working for the business associations in the City of Saskatoon. The Eagle Creek Regional Park, Provincial Park, and a lot of service clubs use the program. It's very beneficial to the inmates in the program. It allows them to groom some working skill. A lot of them come in the center with skills. Others have minimal skills. So while out in the community, the sponsors will offer some lending hands as far as how to do the work. And during the day, these 10 offenders that are on each work crew with a correctional worker will do the work that the sponsor is asking them to do. A lot of inmates say it's giving back to the community, something that they may have taken themselves from the community. So they find it very good to be out in the community, helping service groups and other organizations meet their goals.
So these are offenders that have minimal or low risk that are chosen or volunteer to go on these camp?
That's correct. These offenders cannot serve more than 273 days. They have to meet certain criteria in order to be in the program. Offenders' behavior, past and present, will be looked at. Their criminal history will be looked at, being the past, and especially the offenses that they're serving on now. Offenders serving in the Urban Camp Program served on low-risk crimes, and they're screened very thoroughly while in the main building through an application process that starts with the caseworker, reviewed by the team leader of that particular unit. And then it goes to my assistant deputy director, who does a final check on the inmates, and she brings the application to myself, and we panel these individuals to be in the program. Offenders serving on sexual assault, homicide, escape custody, arson, aggravated assaults are not allowed in the program if they've served on these offenses or presently serving on these offenses for the last 3 years.
What do you hear from the offenders themselves when they're selected for that? Is there some optimism that you get from them?
Yes, we do. Actually, a lot of inmates that come in their program do want to come there and provide some work and give back to the community. One of our projects that we have going on now is we've partnered with some businesses in Saskatoon, and we have the Garden of Hope. We have 2.5 acres of land that we've planted. We've got donation from several companies, Early's Farm and Garden, Ham Construction comes aboard and rototills the land for us, Loris Disposal, fresh food, donated seed potatoes, and all the proceeds from this garden goes to the Saskatoon Food Bank, St. Mary's Community School, Pleasant Hill School, and it's a way of them giving back to the community. They find it enriching. They feel that they serve and they have a value when they're in the program.
So when you hear from the offenders themselves and they're out there doing this, what kind of feedback are you getting from the associations that use the services that they provide?
It's mostly all positive comments that we get back from the communities. Just in the last week and a half, we got 3 letters of congratulation, accommodation from 3 of our sponsors, commending the work that my staff, along with the inmates, that we've done for them. They value this. A lot of these service groups and other level of governments, and I should explain that our mandate is not to take away work from the public. These jobs that we do would be work that would not normally be done by the sponsors. They just can't do it without our help. I have one offender several years ago working in your area, the Riversdale Business District, and he was interviewed and he was asked how he felt. And he did say, you know, I took so much from my community, now I'm giving back to the community that I took from. I feel good about it. And yeah, he saw some of his peers that day, but he kept working and he followed the direction that was given to him by the worker assigned to supervise the crew. It's very important that people understand that when we are out there, we're there to promote the mission direction of the ministry, which is to promote safe communities while allowing inmates to integrate in the community in a safe manner, making sure that most inmates that are in the program have addressed their criminogenic need for addiction or anger issues or lifestyle issues. Inmates retain rights. We need to act fairly as a ministry to ensure that we make sure that inmates' rights are there, but we also look at the victim's right. There's contacts made with the victim to ensure that their concerns are met, and that if we place an inmate in the Saskatoon Urban Camp, a division of the Saskatoon Correctional Centre, that they feel safe and that they can feel that this person, inmate, is there, has addressed their needs and doing something positive with their life.
So given the chance that there is hope with a lot of them, I know that just in coming in contact with a few and speaking with a number of them, that they relish the opportunity to get out and make that contribution. What type of work are they doing when they're out and about, and how is that kind of determine where they go?
We do the screening and we try to put the right person on the right crew. Like when we set up for Shakespeare in the Saskatchewan, we put inmates that have some knowledge with putting some erecting tents up, etc. When we work for the Business Association, we make sure that we put the right offenders on these crews so they feel that they're not really put in a spot where their own safety or seeing their peers in that area will jeopardize their placement. We're right now setting up for Jamboree at Eagle Creek Regional Park, and again, there's tents going up. We want people there that knows what they're doing, so we're not putting their safety at risk or those of the sponsor. We do a lot of cleaning, ditches, back alleys for the city. We've done some demolition in the old police station here for the city of Saskatoon and the old post office site. It's a good learning experience for these guys because these sponsors usually have a person with some knowledge and some background. There's a tailgate meeting that takes place in the morning. They're giving their direction and they move forward with the job. Some job may last 1 day, other jobs may last 10 days. It depends on what is expected on this certain projects. Presently, right now, we're overwhelmingly booked for the year 2016, and I'm taking placement for work placement now into 2017, and I already have about 25% of 2017 confirmed with some sponsors. Sponsors are phoning us to get on board with the program because of the positive response that we got from some of our sponsors. The City of Saskatoon Fire and Protective Service through Chief Bentley, followed through with the two other chiefs, have been very positive in helping us grow the program. They've purchased power equipment so we can meet the needs or the work commitments that they want us to do. And other sponsors have done the same thing. So we're getting very much more efficient in doing what we're doing, and we're very proud to do that. The Business Association has helped us in attaining some of the small hand tools that we use to clean their business district, etc. And at the end, the sponsor benefits from it, and so does the offender, and so do my staff. It's a team effort. It starts with the management and the great support that I've got from my senior management team at the Saskatoon Correctional Centre, along with my own management team at Urban Camp, along with my staff that go out there and have a commitment to make sure that the end product is something that both the sponsor and the inmates can feel proud of at the end of the day.
Gilles, it's a marvelous program. I commend you and all the staff, and along with the offenders, for the good work they do. Please take that back to the organization. I wish you all the best, and thanks for making time for us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Right on. We'll be right back after this message.